Cosmic Girl 101 signing on for the Gemini Rising Astrology for the month of June 2024. We're going to be discussing the planetary transits for the month. There's a lot of activity going on in the heavens. Let's see how it is impacting you as a Gemini rising. Opening up the month of June for the first few weeks, we've got the Sun continuing its transit in the sign of Gemini, and this is your first house. So you could be a lot more public. You are very aware of what's working, what's not in regards to your physical body, how people are seeing you. You may want to change things up in regards to your own thought patterns, because it's very much to do with your psychology, that first house. And your psychology is how people know you and connect with you. So something's illuminated here with the transit in your first house to assist you on what's beneficial and what's not. On the June 20, the Sun is going to be ingressing into the sign of Cancer, your second house, until July 22nd. So for 4 weeks, the Sun's going to be transiting your second house of resources, your assets. This is a money house. So this is what is going to be highlighted, what's working, what's not, where you'd like to change things up in connection to your values and beliefs about your own abundance. June 20 sees the beginning of the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. Now on to the lunations for the month of June. So the moon, what is the moon doing in the month of June for you as a Gemini rising? Well, the 6th of June, we see a new moon happening for you in your first house, conjuncting no less the beneficial planet of Venus, helping you decipher what's in line with your beliefs and values, who's your benefactors, who's going to assist you. Venus provides pleasure and connection and unity. So this new moon lunation for you, Gemini rising, is all about things percolating beneath the surface that you would like to make abundant, connected to your physical appearance, your own psychology, people that benefit you. So you could be making new alliances, not very public at the moment because it's the dark side of the moon, but it is something that is brewing and beginning on the 6th of June that benefits you. The 21st of June, we see a full moon happening in the sign of Capricorn. And for you, Gemini rising, this is your 8th house, opposing that Sun in Cancer, your second house. So this is the financial houses activated here. A full moon in Capricorn, your 8th house, can help you try to eliminate or identify finances or debts or burdens connected to other people or significant relationships. You're trying to stand out and establish some sort of autonomy or authority connected to your own resources. Planet Mercury, well, Mercury is our cerebral planet. It's how we travel and connect with people. It's how we think. It's a very mental, activated planet. And Mercury on the 3rd of June is ingressing into the sign of Gemini, your first house, until June 17. Same day conjuncting Jupiter when he ingresses your first house. So this is a big day to mark in your calendar. So Mercury conjunct Jupiter in your first house. This is where something quite auspicious can occur connected to an ally, a benefactor that impacts your personal appearance, someone that assists you, or something coming across your table that's lucrative, connected to something to do with travel or expansion. So it's a significant day, the 3rd of June, mark that in your calendar. On the 12th of June, Mercury is going to square Saturn. Now Saturn's transiting in Pisces, your 10th house of career, your public image, how people know you and see you on the world stage. It's also to do with authority figures. So the 12th of June looks like a difficult day in as much as it's affecting your physical body or you. Something is off here connected to your career. There could be a drama in the workplace, for example, or just a change, or you're coming up against a roadblock of someone in authority in your career space. The 17th of June, we see Mercury leaving your first house and ingressing into the sign of Cancer, your second house, until the 2nd of July. Now, Mercury in the second house has you busily dissecting all the details and analytics connected to your finances, assets, things that benefit you. This is the house that actually activates your assets, and Mercury here can have you very much hyper vigilant about the details. Where's the money coming in? Where is it going out? Am I getting value? Am I getting value for my money? Am I valued? This is what Mercury is trying to help you with in deciphering what's working and what's not, connected to the second house. And a lot of overstimulation can see an increase in finances as well, or negotiations, documents, contracts, and agreements. The same day, Mercury ingressing that Cancer, your second house, conjuncts Venus. So there could be some auspicious news connected to finances and assets, things that benefit you, or people jumping on board and assisting you and connecting with you to expand that house of assets and resources. The 21st of June, the day of the full moon, Mercury is going to be sextiling Mars in Taurus. So your second and 12th house in a sextile aspect looks good for information landing or things being revealed from the past or have been withheld from you now comes to light, and there can be some movement in regards to taking action with your resources. The 26th of June, we see Mercury trining Saturn in Pisces, your 10th house. So the second house to the 10th house is all about what is working for you regarding your assets and your resources connected to your career, public image, and an authority figure. There could be something cementing here or something concrete, long-term, connected to a contract with career or an agreement. Mars for you, Gemini rising, has been transiting in Aries, your 11th house. Mars is very strong in the sign of Aries. It's the sign ruler. So this transit continues, opening up the month of June, and your 11th house with Mars here has you possibly having conflicts with friends, groups and allies, just some tight, difficult times at times for you as a Gemini rising. But it also helps you eliminate and cut away things that you thought were a benefit to you. The 9th of June, Mars is going to be ingressing into the sign of Taurus, your 12th house, until July 20. Now, Mars in that 12th house is really going to have you fired up and really ready to eliminate things that are holding you back. Also, the possibility of getting on top of things subconsciously, trying to identify what is the block in regards to things that have been holding you back and keeping you small. It's a great transit for eliminating things that have been binding. The 22nd of June, we see Mars trining the moon in Capricorn, your 8th house. So the 8th house and 12th house activated here this day. This is where you can have some news or some sort of communication released that benefits your resources and assets and investments, or a partner could have an opportunity come back or an opportunity presented from the past that is lucrative for them and also benefits you. Planet Venus is continuing her transit in the sign of Gemini, your first house, opening up the month of June until June 17. Venus in the first house has you very much aware of your personal appearance, wanting to beautify your world and having people that are more in line with your values. Venus on the 4th of June is conjuncting the Sun, so this is going to be a great day of illumination of what's working for you in regards to your personal appearance, people that benefit you, and relationships are highlighted on this day. All sorts of relationships. Something's coming to light in regards to something that's been permanent and fixed in your world connected to a relationship and the values connected to them, and you may be quite surprised on something that isn't working anymore. Venus wants to remove things that don't serve her. And in your first house, something isn't serving you, and it's going to be very obvious. The 8th of June, we see Venus squaring Saturn in Pisces, your 10th house. So Venus squaring Saturn is a harsh reality check on what's working and what's not connected to your public image and yourself. So tension in trying to differentiate yourself from an authority figure, someone that's blocking you in your career, or just feeling like you're off on the day of the 8th. The 17th of June, Venus is going to ingress into the sign of Cancer, your second house, until July 11. Fantastic transit when Venus is in that second house, continuing her abundant energy of identifying what's worth the squeeze, what is of value to you, what is beneficial to you. This is where you can have an uptick in finances and illumination of beneficiaries that assist your asset house. The 29th of June, you see Venus sextiling Mars in Taurus. Your 12th house to your second house having a sextile looks great for getting on top of possibly a past debt or something that's been dragging on too long in the past, connected to finances and resources, or a relationship that's been dragging you down financially. Things seem to be evening up here, and there's a harmonious day for you to be had. Now let's talk about the other planets and what they're doing for you in your birth chart as a Gemini rising, what houses they're going through. Well, Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius, so this is your 9th house. So Pluto is still pulling up the wealth of connections in your 9th house topics of higher education, long distance travel, foreign correspondence and connections, legalities, law, your spiritual beliefs about life, your connections with people through them, also to do with media and publishing. So Pluto is really pulling up to the surface what's working and what's not in those 9th house topics. Neptune's direct in the sign of Pisces, your 10th house. So Neptune is actually quite slow in the sky at this time because Neptune's about to go into a retrograde motion on July 2nd. So there is almost a holding pattern going on in the workplace. Something's about to change here for you as a Gemini rising in your 10th house of career, public image, authority figures. Uranus is direct in Taurus, your 12th house. So Uranus is still doing his magic behind the scenes with things from the past, people from the past, your subconscious and your spiritual house. Jupiter in the sign of Gemini, your first house, no less for 12 months. Jupiter ingressed here on the 25th of May, of 2024. So this is a year-long transit for Jupiter in your first house. And Jupiter is going to provide a lot of opportunity for you to grow in regards to your own physical body, get in contact with what's working for you, what's not. Also can be expanding your popularity. Saturn is going to retrograde in Pisces, your 10th house, from June 29 to November 15. So this is when we have the moment to readjust, recalibrate what we do and don't want connected to our employment situations, how we're seen and known in the public space, and also to do with authority figures being a less more of a problem or a drama for you. I'm Cosmic Girl 101 signing off. I trust you have a fabulous June of 2024 Gemini rising. If you're into tarot, I've uploaded the June tarot readings for all the sun signs. Until next time, have a great one.